Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen,
I tend to
welcome to the stream while I try and figure out how to pull this up, how to do this here. So give me one momento.
that once the week or the period of the
So we'll do that there,
however long
and
like from the start
put that
to the end,
there.
it's a bit
Otherwise there, and 2 bits there.
Before you start,
There we go. That works.
get like this rubric or something or information.
So, welcome to the live stream here.
Something similar.
This is our update on Tropical Storm Melissa here,
And it makes sense.
which is currently intensifying
Time.
here. So in the video we were making earlier today, or I guess yesterday, and try and figure out how to fix this here. Sorry. Still trying to figure this all out.
One of the beta diamonds now, once again, it's just an endless beef steak. Except like occasional gold or red stuff. I'm getting a little.
So,
That's super away. That's a great project. That's it. Like with the way deep sync pies saying the rubric I don't have because I did it like an idiot. And now I'm trying to type these essays up. I don't even know what the professor wants now. Like it's all online classes for the most part. It's one in person. Right. At this point, it's like yes,
not really.
I don't think it's what I expect. Like, what can I do? I just live my
That works, I think.
nothing driven miracle.
Yeah, that works. Also, I am listening to not weather YouTuber, but a Minecraft YouTuber here on my computer, not computer, but my
Slow learner.
but my what do you call it? TV.
Like,
So this is our current satellite view of Melissa right now.
I'm not getting any praise.
See, she's doing good here. So, biggest change here since yesterday is Melissa's up to 65 miles an hour now. However, also, Melissa is now expected to make a direct landfall here on October 28th at 2 p.m. Eastern as a Category 4 hurricane here. So that would be the 24th. That is next Tuesday. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I'm at work that day during landfall. Let me double check that. Did everyone leave?
Probably have nothing. This is keep going.
Come on. Oh, now you're struggling here because I'm.
Why? Z goes up. See, negative 571. Staircase is 69.
Oh.
Going a little.
Wait. I might be at my other job then.
No, it's fine because you went back.
So that sucks a bit.
We would have had at least like 20 diamonds by now.
But overall, the presentation on Melissa has gotten better. Here, the center is still a bit disorganized.
Like I said,
So there haven't been any changes with the advisory here that I can see at least.
still, Mojang wants to see I feel like staying here and watching tornadoes in my house. So I'm ready to go.
So Hurricane watch in effect for the southwestern peninsula of Haiti, from the border with the Dominican Republic to Port-au-Prince and Jamaica. And tropical storm warning is in effect for the southwestern peninsula of Haiti, from the border with the Dominican Republic to Port-au-Prince. And a tropical storm warning is also in effect for Jamaica.
Wow. I don't have to do that.
Hurricane warning may be required for Jamaica later today, so they have about 50 minutes or so until a hurricane warning's issued for them. Actually, when I go to Twitter here.
So, breaks the low. So I did. Like, what's the point? I'm go up there. And the easy sport diamonds I found.
Florida Tropics has been the guy that I've been watching for.
Fine.
So this is Jeff Beraldi. Jamaica has mountains over 5,000 feet high, a peak over 7,000. Besides winds, forecast to be at Cat 4-5 intensity, perhaps over 155 at the surface. The rain is expected to be prolific. Well, but Melissa and Ocean over on this side. I have chat open over here. So winds forecast to be Cat 4, Cat 5 intensity, perhaps over 155 at surface. The rain is expected to be prolific due to slow movement and lift from the mountains, similar to Helene last year in North Carolina. Especially if, and that's a big if right now, if Melissa is a direct hit, as the cone is saying over here. Right here, we are expecting a direct hit from Melissa. When you combine Cat 4 or 5 winds with 3 feet plus rain, catastrophic is not an overstatement. For all those in Jamaica who are reading this, please take this as a serious threat to your life. It may be, and this is not meant to be sensationalized. That's coming from Jeff Beraldi. Jeff Verdilli? So, spiritualist Lowell, or at Angel Realm 7 asked Florida Tropics, is it fair to say Jamaica needs to urgently prepare itself for the fury of a storm that most of the population has never seen? Florida Tropics replies, this could be the worst storm since Gilbert in 1988. It has the potential to be worse depending on how strong it becomes and its eventual location near the island. And yeah, I completely agree with that. Actually, let's see here. Ever hit, ever strike? Sure. Yeah. So Gilbert remains the strongest, deadliest, costliest, and most destructive hurricane in Jamaica's recorded history. Storms scraped the island from one end to the other, with the eye wall grinding through the capital city of Kingston, causing $700 million USD 1988 in damage. Gilbert killed 45 people. So yeah. Let's see, what was Gilbert's rating? Okay, so it was a Category 5. However, it made landfall as Cat 3. Still, though. Melissa is meandering this evening with the latest Vortex data message VDM from Recon showing a southwest drift. Okay, I can't zoom in. So Z spaghetti models tightly clustered over the next 5 days. Almost all of them have it making landfall on Jamaica, aside from the freaking UK model. Why is it always gotta be the UK model that doesn't know what it's doing? 18Z Google DeepMind ensembles locked in on track over Jamaica and eastern Cuba. Yeah, that's not what you want to see. That is definitely not what you want to see here. Um, 18Z Euro AFES is further west, yeah, gee, great English there. It's further west with Melissa. I think this is the lowest pressure I've ever seen on the AFES. And I'm sorry, that says 956. That's not great. 18Z Euro continues to show a direct landfall in Jamaica on Tuesday, which is what National Hurricane Center believes also. As I said, this is valid at 2 p.m. on October 28th, so Tuesday. 18Z hurricane models continue to have big differences in timings from Melissa. H1 and H-Worth show landfall in eastern Jamaica on Sunday, while the HAFS-A and B show landfall delayed until Tuesday. And that's the 8 o'clock advisory. We should be getting our new advisory in from the National Hurricane Center within the next couple minutes here. So this from 2 hours ago. Brand new 18Z HAFS-A with Cat 5 Melissa making landfall in Jamaica on Tuesday. So either way, this is going to be one of the strongest, not tornadoes, but hurricanes to hit Jamaica in over 30 years. Almost 40 years now since Gilbert, which was a Category 4 that hit the island of Jamaica in 1988. You guys have any questions as well, leave them in the chat. Oh, actually, this guy's good. Subsequent song, this is from Dr. Levi Cohen, the creator of Tropical Tidbits here. Subsequent sounds have seen a tilt profile reintroduced, indicating that the vortex tilt continues to fluctuate this evening as moderate wind shear impacts Melissa. Sustained vortex alignment is a prerequisite for rapid intensification in most cases. So, basically, here, let's basically imagine the center of this as a hamburger, if you will. So, you have the bun. Let's actually change the color of that, shall we? Make it. I guess there isn't really like a. There is around. We'll go with that. Yeah. So we have our bun. Personally, I don't like any like toppings on mine. It's like you have the cheese. You have the patty. Probably have like another slice of cheese if you're really feeling it. Then you have the other bun. But right now, Melissa, it's bun, if you will. Its bun is its top bun and possibly even the patty as well. It's misplaced. It's not aligned with the other part of the hamburger. So it's not like this. It's something like that currently. That's all because of the wind shear that's trying to tear Melissa apart right now. Once we get the hamburger to form, that's when we can really expect the rapid intensification to occur. So this time about 2 hours ago from Dr. Levi Cohen. New NOAA Hurricane Hunter mission into Melissa shows that the central pressure has fallen at approximately a 1 millibar per hour rate over the past 6 hours, which is a moderate rate of strengthening. Vertical wind profile from the associated drop zone does not show much variation from the surface to the 750 millibar level, indicating that Melissa's vortex may be better aligned this evening than earlier today. The intensification rate may increase over the next 24 hours if vortex alignment is maintained. If Tropical Storm Melissa indeed remains south of Jamaica before its final turn northward, it will have around 3 days with which to intensify while meandering slowly. Also, I want to say here, Melissa is still crawling here. It is moving at 2 miles an hour. So it is hardly moving at all right now. Winds are at 65 miles an hour. I'm going to refresh, make sure that the new advisory hasn't came in, which it has not. When that's good. Oh, really? Is there an unwarned tornado in Fort Worth? Hold on. Where's Fort Worth at? Go away. No. Went radar. Oh, shoot. Is there seriously an unwarned tornado? They really need to have shortcuts. Yeah. We might even see another. Um, Steer thunderstorm watch in effect for that area. But I mean, that's interesting to note here that we might have had an unwarned tornado. Hold on here, chat. I gotta see this. Yeah, right there. Yeah. You can see the hook echo here, wrapping around, and that right there, let's change color here, change it to blue. I believe that right there is our debris ball. When you look at that, we had an unwarned tornado in Texas. Hmm. That's very interesting to see. Let's look up. Either going to get Melissa O'Neill or not. Okay. From max velocity, this is from 5 hours ago. That's from the 5 o'clock advisory here. And speaking of which, might as well take a look at the cone here for Melissa. Speaking of which, we will jump back down here to Melissa. Maybe. If I can hit the right buttons, which is always questionable. So, by 2 a.m. on Sunday, so in about a day now, the National Hurricane Center is expecting this to be a major hurricane, which honestly, I believe them. So long as the storm can make itself a hamburger, I think there's a fairly good shot that Melissa could be a potentially rapidly intensifying tropical cyclone by the time tomorrow night moves around. That's honestly terrifying to think about when you think about it. Okay, good, it is working. That's good. How many views does my only 5 views for my tornado survival video? Dang. Oh, that's the Star Wars thing. Man, I would have thought that my tornado survival video would have been doing a bit better. Isn't it? No. No, there's not. Well,
Well, Mother Nature does not like when she is not paying attention. So, like, pay attention. I'm smart. We're just going to share the latest right now.
so we're about
Tornado warnings coming up at 9 p.m. We've got severe storm warnings from Hillsborough to.
yeah. This is from Mike Gagliardi. I'm sorry if I spelled your name wrong here. But Jamaica residents, this is a great share. This is the 100-year flood map for riverine flooding. If you live in a floodplain highlighted in blue, I urge you to consider relocating elsewhere for the duration of Melissa. If you know anyone who lives in these areas, alert them. So, anywhere in anywhere highlighted in blue there, if you know anyone, or if you live in those areas. What was that?
A new severe thunder warning has
Oh,
been issued for Kimball County,
I'm not
Texas.
screaming.
Sure. Let's take a look. We've got some round storms. We've got a severe storm just southwest of Junction, down 377 Highway 41.
There, you guys can see yourself now.
Potential for some
Maybe. Hold on.
and bring up the bus flooding, especially in low-lying spots. That storm's moving east forward generally towards Kerrville and Fredericksburg, Harper. Otherwise, nasty little line of storms along 277, moving towards 377 down Highway 55, all the way almost down to
There we go.
storms moving east, pretty good wind signature.
Also, I will say, if you are in Jamaica, you probably have about 30 minutes now to get to the local airport, to your location, and just get out. From what I've seen yesterday, it appears like your local airports will close as soon as a hurricane warning is issued, which could honestly be as soon as 20 minutes from now. Also, convection is dying on the western and northern side of Melissa. I wonder if that has anything to do with dry air. Sir Michael Fergamo on Twitter. Latest NHC advisory, this is from 4 hours ago, by the way. It's not the latest advisory coming out at 11. Latest NHC advisory now forecasts Melissa to peak as a 135 knot, 155 mile an hour Category 4 hurricane. If the storm's core remains south of Jamaica, it is very possible we see a Category 5. After such an odd hurricane season, the fact we make it our third Category 5 is insane. 20 years after the 2005 season as well.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Edwards.
This is the thing we talked about at the beginning of the stream.
Alberta, Texas. Down the northern Edwards Plateau with that stuff you
Oh.
So that's a big
Severe flooding from Tropical Storm Melissa hit
decent progress off to the east.
hit Bellas Colinas, Mano Guayabo in the Dominican. Jeez. That's insane. That's actually nuts. Yeah, the Megan isn't even getting hit directly by
Alright, let's take a look at that.
Melissa. This is just a outer rain band that's just sitting over this portion of the Dominican. Wow. That's nuts that that's happening there.
The airport down to Irving, Grand Prairie.
More videos of flooding.
Bridge.
That's from 11 hours ago. This is hold on.
Some localized winds that could be over 55 miles an hour.
Okay. New advisories in on tropical depression in the Pacific. It hasn't updated yet. Yeah.
On our Windust South Pacific Canyon State Park. With this radar on. You can see a pretty good Boeing segment there. From Del Rio up to west of Rock Springs, very strong winds with this as well. Again, seeing some very strong winds, and so they'll be moving southeast towards Camp Wood, Lee, eventually in the next hour towards Laughlin Air Force Base, Brackettville, Spofford, Valverde Park. A lot of wind. The Storm Prediction Summit has to say in the little FW remedy. In Wood to Brackville, Spofford, Rock Springs, you're about to get in on it with some pretty heavy rain, strong winds, a little bit of hail, a lot of lightning. Yeah, some of these could have wind gusts over 70 miles an hour. So it's up to Del Rio, Brackville to eventually Uvalde, Camp Wood, Rock Springs. There's storms on the way from the west, but east, southeast at 45 miles an hour.
Anything?
Junction towards Interstate 10. Eventually goes again, goes over crossing River I-10 around the junction all the way down to Highway 479 or Range 479. Highway 290 split off there.
That way I can translate this.
From there, it'll just continue on.
Yes.
Virgo on 10 and Upper on 290.
It's expected that Melissa will become a hurricane by Saturday morning and rapidly intensify into a major hurricane, Category 3 or higher, over the weekend. The slow moving over very warm Caribbean waters is setting the stage for a rare double blow. Catastrophic rain followed by the impact of a major hurricane that will bring devastating winds in addition to catastrophic flooding.
So, flash flood warnings continue. Gainesville to Decatur to Weatherford.
The U.S. Navy is evacuating non-essential personnel and families from Guantanamo Bay as Tropical Storm Melissa approaches, expected to hit Cuba as a dangerous Category 3 or 4 hurricane. That's nuts. Think about that. The Navy is evacuating Guantanamo Bay. That's nuts. That is nuts.
This activity will continue moving east at about.
And I'm going quickly to go fill up my water. I will be right back. Alright, we are back. We're going to move chat back up there. Move you over to there. Put you right there. Perfect.
Over 80 miles an hour.
So our advisory on Melissa still is not out yet?
Hours. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a little break here. About a 10. So let's see. Let's look at this. Right? So you're a single issue voter, so enforcing it wrong of the item being reported, and that is going like, right? And that means you're gonna have to accept and the thing is we're having bias right democracy, right? Regardless, if Socrates stops this, when you have folks who are not educated on or just candidate or going to just vote on it. That's where you can start to run into some problem because people will be like, okay, well, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. But I'm going for a group on this. And you go, yep, well, I'm going to vote for this then. But that is their right.
Yep.
Same. Now, of course, in the world, especially in this country, that changes. Swings things. But yeah, I feel like at the end of the day,
Can this advisory come out? I want to just end the stream and just, I don't know.
but at the same time, better on side.
Yeah. Convection is definitely dying off on this western side of the storm. I'm actually wondering, is there dry air? Water vapor? Not really. Yeah, there's not even really much there. All dry air is like on like this portion of Jamaica. There's not much dry air here to really talk about with Melissa. So I don't know why the convection isn't working the way it should. New host.
You really think your job. Garbage pedophile. Guess what? We get on out of here. Again, there is a lot of strength.
Make sure you have a way to receive the warnings we don't put out. That's awesome. What warning? Tornado signature was near the downtown of a major metro area and it was just crickets. Yeah. That's awesome. Blue Jays up 11-3 in game one of the World Series. That's awesome. We love seeing that. It's a good day when the Dodgers lose. Oh, hold on. Oh. It's just the bald fraud Triple H. Oh, just release the update. Please, please, National Hurricane Center.
Here, I think $350,000. I think $400,000. Right, really $400,000. That's what, in my opinion, that is what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to give back more. And, like, I'm
Regan's gotten up to 55 knots. That's interesting.
on straight line. Was that 4 now?
It's actually very interesting to know that the hurricane hunters have gone up to 55 knots, which is about 63 miles an hour. So, yeah, not really much. Go off of maybe they'll drop it down the intensity maybe a bit. I think they'll hold the intensity, the pressure might go down. Oh, here we are. Advisory is out. Advisory is out. NOAA and Air Force Reserve hurricane hunters report Melissa is now drifting northwestward life-threatening and catastrophic flash flooding and landslides expected in portions of southern Hispaniola and Jamaica through the weekend. So, nothing's changed in terms of wind speed and pressure as expected. It is now moving northwest at 3 miles an hour. Let's jump into the advisory here. In location 16.1 north, 74.9 west, is about 180 miles or 290 kilometers southeast of Kingston, Jamaica, about 245 miles southwest of Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Maximum sustained winds remain at 65 miles an hour. Its movement is northwest at 3 miles an hour. And the pressure stays at 993 millibars. Changes with this advisory. The Meteorological Service of Jamaica has issued a hurricane warning for Jamaica. So there it is. There it is officially, chat. Hurricane warning has been issued for Jamaica. Summary watches and warnings that are currently in effect. Hurricane warning is in effect for Jamaica. Hurricane watch is in effect for the southwestern peninsula of Haiti from the border with the Dominican Republic to Port-au-Prince. Tropical storm warning is in effect for the same areas I just said that the hurricane watch was. Hurricane warning means that hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area. A warning is typically issued 36 hours before the anticipated first current tropical storm force winds, conditions that make outside preparations difficult or dangerous. Preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion. Hurricane watch means that hurricane conditions are possible within the watch area. Watch is typically issued 48 hours before the anticipated first occurrence of tropical storm force winds, conditions that make outside preparations difficult or dangerous. Tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area within 36 hours. Interest elsewhere in Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and eastern Cuba, the Bahamas, and the Turks and Caicos Islands should monitor the progress of Melissa. Watches could be required for portions of eastern Cuba on Saturday. For storm information specific to your area, please monitor products issued by your National Meteorological Service. Now, the discussion and outlook here for Tropical Storm Melissa. At 11 p.m. EDT, the center of Tropical Storm Melissa was located near latitude 16.1 north, longitude 74.9 west. Melissa is moving toward the northwest near 3 miles an hour. A turn to the west is forecast on Saturday, and this general motion is expected to continue through Monday. A turn to the north and northeast is forecast on Tuesday and Wednesday. On the forecast track, Sarah Melissa is expected to move near or over Jamaica during the weekend and early next week, and could be near or over eastern Cuba by the middle of next week. Reports from NOAA and Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicate that maximum sustained winds are near 65 miles an hour, with higher gusts. Rapid intensification is forecast to begin later tonight or on Saturday. Melissa is forecast to become a hurricane tomorrow and a major hurricane by Sunday. Tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 140 miles from the center, and the minimum central pressure estimated from the Hurricane Hunter aircraft data is 993 millibars. So they are expecting the rapid intensification to start tonight. Oh, I have a feeling I'm going to wake up to like a category 3. Because that's what happened with Aaron as well. I went to bed with like a tropical storm or a low end Cat 1 with Aaron, and I woke up to the pretty much a category 5. In fact, I think it was a category 5 when I woke up. So that's what happened with Aaron earlier this year. I'm good. Yeah, I missed my chair. Yes. Go back. All right, we're back. Oh my. That that's the clip of the year right there. That is almost certainly clip of the year for the channel. All right, going back to Melissa after my little run-in with gravity. Wind. Hurricane conditions are expected in the warning area in Jamaica beginning Sunday, with tropical storm force conditions beginning late Saturday. Hurricane conditions are possible within the watch area in Haiti later this weekend, with tropical storm conditions expected to begin tonight or Saturday. Rainfall. Melissa Melissa is expected to bring total rainfall of 15 to 25 inches to portions of southern Hispaniola and Jamaica through Tuesday, with local maxima of 35 inches possible across the Tiburon Peninsula of Haiti. Additional heavy rainfall is likely beyond Tuesday. Uncertainty at that time range includes exact storm totals. Potential catastrophic flash flooding and landslides are possible across portions of Jamaica and the southern Dominican Republic, while catastrophic flash flooding is anticipated in southern Haiti. For eastern Cuba, total rainfall of 48 inches, with local amounts 12 inches, are possible into Tuesday.
It's a beautiful day for this small town of, I don't know, like 50 people. You don't know what I mean. I'm assuming.
Additional heavy rainfall is likely beyond Tuesday. Uncertainty at that time range includes exact storm totals. Storm surge. Minor coastal flooding is likely along the coast of Jamaica by Saturday, and areas of onshore winds as tropical storm conditions begin to reach the area. However, there is a risk of a more life-threatening storm surge, especially along the south coast of Jamaica later in the weekend or early next week. Peak storm surge heights could reach 5 to 10 feet above ground level, near and to the east of where the Siren Melissa makes landfall. This storm surge will be accompanied by large and destructive waves. Swells generated by Melissa are expected to affect portions of Hispaniola, Jamaica, and eastern Cuba during the next several days. Please consult products from your local weather office. Next intermediate advisory is at 2 a.m. and the next complete advisory is at 5 a.m. I obviously will not be live during those. I will be asleep. I lied. I might be up for the 2 o'clock advisory. We'll see. Obviously, I won't be live. But I might be awake. Well, I'll see. If I am awake, I'll post any new developments on my Instagram story. By the way, go follow that if you haven't. So Pat Saren. Shameless plug. Oh, dang. No, go away. Oh, no. Oh. I didn't know that's what that did. Let's go to the forecast discussion here. Reports from NOAA and Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicate that Melissa is still trying to get organized. While central pressure has fallen to 993 millibars, detailed Doppler radar data from NOAA aircraft shows that the 500 millibar center is displaced about 20-25 nautical miles east-southeast of the surface center. TOW is also present at the aircraft flight levels, with drop zones released at the flight level center missing the surface center and reporting 25 to 35 knot surface winds. In addition, the aircraft radar data and land-based radar data from Jamaica show that the cyclone has not yet been able to develop a persistent eye wall. Based mainly on the central pressure and satellite intensity, estimates the initial intensity is held at 55 knots. Although the initial motion is a bit uncertain, Melissa now appears to be moving slowly northwest with the initial motion at 325 by 3 knots. A turn toward the west or northwest and continued slow forward speed are expected in the next 12 to 24 hours as low to mid-level ridging builds to the north of the cyclone. This motion should continue through about 72 hours. After that time, a deep layer mid-latitude trough moving into the southeastern United States and the southwestern Atlantic will break the ridge to the north, with Melissa expected to turn northward and eventually northeastward as it recurves into the westerlies. There remains a substantial spread in guidance with respect to where the center of Melissa may pass in relation to Jamaica. with solutions ranging from the GFS passing near the eastern end of the island to the Canadian passing west of the island. New forecast track similar to the previous track. It shows the center passing over Jamaica just after 72 hours. However, any motion north of the current forecast track could bring the center near or over Jamaica at almost any time between 24 to 72 hours. After passing Jamaica, Melissa is likely to move near or over eastern Cuba, but which portion of eastern Cuba may be most affected remains uncertain at this time. While the westerly shear that has been affecting Melissa will not completely stop during the next 2-3 days, it is forecast to decrease to about 10 to 15 knots in 24 hours or less. This should allow rapid development as the storm is located in a moist environment over very warm sea surface temperatures. The one short-term restraining factor is that Melissa's structure is not quite good enough yet to allow rapid intensification, and thus it could be another 6 to 12 hours before rapid intensification begins in earnest. Latest round of intensity guidance shows somewhat lower peak intensities than the previous advisory, mainly due to the models moving Melissa near or over Jamaica. However, the current forecast track keeps the center offshore for 72 hours or more. Based on this, the new intensity forecast is at the high end of the guidance with a peak intensity of 135 knots. Despite the weaker guidance, there is still a possibility that Melissa could become a Category 5 hurricane during the forecast period. After passing near or over Jamaica, the cyclone is forecast to weaken due to possible interaction with Cuba and increasing southwesterly shear as Melissa encounters the mid-latitude westerlies. So, key messages here. Jamaica. Melissa's slow movement will bring a multi-day period of damaging winds and heavy rainfall beginning late Saturday or Sunday, likely causing catastrophic flash flooding and numerous landslides. There's an increasing risk of life-threatening storm surge early next week. All preparations should be complete by late Saturday. 2. Haiti. Catastrophic flash flooding and landslides are expected across southwestern Haiti into early next week, likely causing extensive infrastructural damage and potentially prolonged isolation of communities. Immediate preparations to protect life and property are urged. Strong winds could also potentially last for a day or more over the Tiburon Peninsula. 3. Dominican Republic. Heavy rainfall could produce potentially catastrophic flash flooding and numerous landslides in southern regions. And finally, 4. Eastern Cuba, Bahamas, and Turks and Caicos. Monitor Melissa closely. There's an increasing risk of a significant storm surge. There should be a comma there. Significant storm surge, damaging winds, and heavy rainfall by the middle of next week. In Eastern Cuba, the risk of life flooding, flash flooding, and landslides is increasing. So in about 12 hours, they expected to be a Category 1 hurricane here. In about 24 hours, they expect it to be up to 100 miles an hour. In about 36 hours, 120 miles an hour. In 2 days, 140 miles an hour. 2.5 days, borderline Cat 5. 2.5 days, 3 days out. And then it starts to rapidly weaken in the 96 to 120 hour range. Yeah. Is this the newest advisory? Yes, it is. And yeah, they now have it. It's weird. So that's now Monday at 8 p.m. I don't know. Once again, is that the UK model? It is. The UK model does not know what it's doing. Which model is this? Hold on. That's the tabs. Oh wow, that's sick. Well, the GFS is wrong. GFS also wrong. Hworth wrong. See, this is why. Actually, that's wrong too, I think. So that's saying 165 hours out, 168 hours out, it's going to be a category 5. I don't think that's right. So then you see, this is so cool. I did not know that it had that capability. That's sick. So finally, let's take a look at the cone here. As you can see, that Jamaica, you guys are now completely under a hurricane warning here for Melissa. The entire island of Jamaica needs to be making final preparations right now. Hello, Sean. We are just about to end the live stream here, as the newest advisory for Melissa has just came out. As you can see here, Melissa is slowly strengthening, yes. The National Hurricane Center does expect rapid intensification to begin sometime tonight or early tomorrow. Right now, the center is still dislocated from the low-level center is not centered up with the upper-level circulation, which is not helping it organize rapidly right now. However, National Hurricane Center is expecting sometime overnight or late tomorrow morning, the system will organize itself and thus begin its rapid intensification. And as you can see here on the forecast track, I don't know why. How do I get rid of you? Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how to work with Weatherwise on here. As you can see here on Weatherwise, not sponsored by the way, just the radar app that I like using here. It's free. As you can see here, by October 26th at 8 p.m., which is 2 days away, they are expecting this to be a Category 4 hurricane with winds of about 140 miles an hour, potentially even higher. In the forecast advisory here from the National Hurricane Center, or I guess it would be the forecast discussion here, they do say that despite the weaker guidance, there's still a possibility that Melissa could become a Category 5 during the forecast period before it makes landfall in before it makes landfall in Jamaica. for Jamaica, this is gearing up to be the worst hurricane since Hurricane Gilbert almost 30 years ago. Gilbert impacted Jamaica as a Category 3 hurricane, and we are gearing up here to have a direct hit from Melissa as potentially even either a high-end Category 4 hurricane or a Category 5 hurricane here. So, depending on what happens here with landfall and all that, landfall timing, we might be live covering landfall Melissa here. We'll have to see. Obviously, I do work 2 jobs now, so it is a bit harder for me to do live streams. If this was... Thankfully, I got out of work early today because there was literally nothing else for me to do there tonight. That obviously isn't always the case here, so honestly, it's just a waiting game at this point. Seeing what I honestly have a feeling I'm going to wake up to like a Category 2 hurricane. That's what happened with Aaron, and I said that in my previous video as well. Not video, earlier in the live stream. I said that when I went to bed when Aaron was around, if you remember Hurricane Aaron, when I went to bed, Aaron was either a high-end tropical storm or a weak Category 1. And then when I woke up, Aaron was a Category 3 actually, I think Aaron was a Category 4 going into Category 5 by the time I woke up. In fact, actually, yeah, I think it was a Category 5 by the time I woke up. Because I remember reading, like, the, Special Tropical Outlook, or whoever it was. Special Tropical Report or something like that they issued upgrading Melissa. Not Melissa, geez. Upgrading Aaron to Category 5. So, obviously, lots of things still to be determined with Melissa and its track. Is that face? Hold on. Hold on here. Yeah, that's a face. Aaron now has a face. That's not good. That is not good at all. That is now a face on radar. Honestly, she sort of looks shocked. Like, hold on. Got I hear and I hear. Go away, you. Eyebrow right there. Eyebrow right there. Potentially a nose. That's funny. All I'm going to say though, Aaron is going to start rapidly intensifying soon, and if you're in Jamaica, you need to get out now, like right now. You should have left, I don't know, when the hurricane watch was issued. But if you haven't left, leave now. You almost have no time left to get out. Come over here. Come over here. Yeah, topics. Hurricane warning is now in effect for Jamaica if you're just tuning in. This is due to Tropical Storm Melissa. Before I end stream, I want to see what Dr. Levi Cohen is saying. He hasn't said anything in the past 24 hours. Like, past 2 hours now. Some Alex Warren on Twitter or a cyclonic weather. While Melissa has begun to strengthen and has a well-defined low-level circulation, its mid-level circulation is still quite off to the east-southeast. Sign of this year that hasn't quite let up. We'll not see more rapid intensification until the tilt reduces. So basically until the two circulations align with each other. Governor of Jamaica press conference snippet. Evacuation protocols have not yet begun and will begin once we feel the heightened threat is realized. We will continue to provide the public with critical updates and information. What? Are you doing okay there, Governor? I don't know about that one, Chief. Honestly, if I were the governor, I don't know. Just a rough shot here, but I would be calling a evacuation of the island. I don't know though. I'm just a normal guy sitting at my computer, but I don't know. I'd be calling it for an evacuation here. I know that he posted something earlier. See if I find it. No, Japan's Jamaica Observer. That's what it was. As Tropical Storm Melissa moves closer to Jamaica, the Jamaica Automobile Association, JAA, is urging motorists to exercise extreme caution on the roads. Okay, do not be out on the roads during a Category 4 or Category 5 hurricane. That is extremely stupid. That is extremely stupid. Do not do that. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says the full force of the law must be brought to bear on persons who are minded to use the cover of Tropical Storm Melissa to steal or damage equipment used by telecom providers. Okay. Ugh. More than 50 triple-phase generators are on standby for deployment with the aim of restoring potable water to 80% of National Water Commission customers within 72 hours following a storm. Tropical Storm Melissa is now projected to make landfall in Jamaica as a major hurricane early next week. According to the Meteorological Service of Jamaica in its latest bulletin, Melissa is expected to rapidly strengthen while resuming a forward track closer to the island. Wave of frantic buying has left shelves empty across the corporate area as Jamaicans race through the impact of Tropical Storm Melissa, but some shoppers are concerned that their spending might end up being unnecessary. I'm sorry, what? People. Government has declared the entire island a threatened area under the Disaster Risk Management Act as the country races toward the potential impact of Tropical Storm Melissa. Oh, and Melissa now has 3 eyes. Not like the actual eye of like a hurricane, but in terms of a face, Melissa has 3 eyes now. The Area 4 police team have assured residents that they will be available to participate in preventive, rescue, and recovery operations during and after the passage of Tropical Storm Melissa, which is expected to become a major hurricane. Yeah, good luck. Good luck trying to rescue people during Category 4 wind speeds. Yeah, good luck with that. Okay, this is important. The Ministry of Labor and Social Security has established a dedicated WhatsApp line, 876-447-044, for persons with disabilities to communicate their needs as Jamaica braces for the impact of Melissa. Mount Pleasant FA's return leg semifinals against Trinidad and Tobago's Defence Force FC has been rescheduled due to adverse weather conditions expected to impact Jamaica as a result of Melissa, a release from CONCACAF sent on Friday. Really? You don't say. I didn't know that. I didn't know that weather conditions would be impacted because of the storm. Really? That's so interesting. Said sarcastically. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says Jamaica is to be declared a disaster area shortly as the country remains on alert for Tropical Storm Melissa. You don't say. Okay. Well, that being said, that will end the stream. I'm not completely sure when the next one will be. It'll probably either be a live stream for Landfall or potentially a update for Melissa sometime tomorrow, if possible. But until then, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, guys, peace out.